my people, my beautiful community, the sovereign ones, the creators, you know what I'm saying? The magicians, the alchemists. How are you guys doing? I hope everyone at home is taking care of themselves, feeling loved up on, and anchoring into the new earth frequencies because they're here, whether you like it or not. And this is an apt time to receive. So allow yourself to do the receiving. We're going to get into a beautiful, short, daily reading because I am going to be expanding my space. Why just do one thing when you can do everything? Why be one thing when you can be everything? When you are everything, you are all light and dark, heaven and earth, heaven and hell, angel and demon. You went down into the depths to put yourself together, to gather yourself. We didn't come here to be just one thing. We came here to experience the fullness of being. So I'm really, really excited to expand upon the space and do a lot with it. I'm a creative. I have so many passions, and yeah, stay tuned if you like the content. We'll see, and we'll see how things go. But for your daily reading, collective, gorgeous one, beautiful one, goddess, God, the all that is, the divine, you start off with two major arcanas, judgment and the moon. You have answered the call. It's almost like, yeah, like I just spoke about this, how apt, how felicitous. You pulled yourself out from the dungeons of who you are, okay? You plunged deep into who you are to rise. See the moon and the angel there. So there is that beautiful sort of like, as above, so below energy here that you are emanating. And that's what shadow work will do for you. You know what Carl Jung says? Carl Jung says, to go to heaven, you've got to go to hell. I love Carl Jung. I'm about Carl Jung. All these major arcana is like, but all of these cards, we have the judgment, we have the Two of Cups, and we have the High Priestess, are ruled by the frequency of the number 2. So big Venusian energy right now. And then when you add the moon to the mix, big divine feminine energy right now. So what have you pulled out of the dungeons? Your truth. Your truth. Your truth. Your knowing. The High Priestess. Look at that. Do you see the black, the black and the white pillars with the moon card symbolizing deep intuition? Then again, we also have that actual moon card there. So you have unearthed your intuitive resources and you've stepped into your power. You've owned your power. You've owned your truth. You've owned your demons. You've owned your shadow, because it's about that time. You cannot go to heaven without going to hell. Your demons are your friends. They are your protectors. They are the boundaries that you learn to set. And when you learn to set these boundaries, you are whole. You come into your wholeness and therefore can meet life from that space of wholeness, can meet another from that space of wholeness. And you can come, this is almost you coming into harmony with who you are. I know we always like to think of the Queen of Cups, not the Queen of Cups, the Two of Cups, as this energy of partnership and relationship. But the primary relationship that you establish is the one that you establish with yourself, the one that you establish with life, with the universe, with God, with Source. And this is where you are. You've established this relationship with life, with yourself, merged the higher and the lower, the light and the shadow. And now you are in alignment with what is truly yours. Now you can answer the call to step into alignment, to step into partnership. And of course, some of these partnerships will manifest as people, you know, as romantic relationship, as business associates, as friendship, as even community, I would say. But that primary relationship was established rather by you, within you. Why? Because you went down into the depths to ascend. The moon card speaks to the subconscious, the unconscious, the shadow, where we are not encouraged to go because it's supposed to be scary and we're supposed to resign the darkest, deepest, most enigmatic and mysterious parts of ourselves to the periphery, to the dungeons. and you've unlocked the cage and you've let the dragons run free. And now you are sovereign, you are all-knowing, you are guided by your truth, which is your compass. There's simply no other way to be. And in your truth, in this high priestess energy, you align yourself with what is truly yours. I mean, I feel like my messages on this channel are pretty consistent. This is about embodying your highest truth. Whoa. Listen, the Empress, oh my word. Jeez. Along with the 10 of Cups, so deep divine feminine energy. And this alignment of you coming into your truth and embodying it and being relentless and being unwavering and being unfaltering in your truth, in who you are, the whole, the light and the dark, the angel and the demon. You unlock the safety. Look how safe the Empress sits on that throne. You unlock safety, you are grounded, you are rooted, and you come into your beauty. Beauty is not just like, oh, the light and radiant aspects of yourself. Beauty is the frequency of the number 2. Harmony is the frequency of the number 2. When you're in your truth, you realize, I am this light and I am this radiance, but I am this depth, I am this darkness. I am the deep blue sea. I am the shadow. And then you're safe now. You feel safe. A lot of us feel, rattled, unsettled in our lives because we have not harmonized this part of ourselves, and like it's bringing you deep emotional fulfillment. It's bringing you an open heart. It's bringing you flow in your life. This ability to come together with yourself, together with life, together with your design. You have to trust the shadow aspect of yourself as well. It has some treasure for you, but you will never know what that treasure is without aligning. 8 of Cups. Let's just show you that properly. 8 of Cups. Walking away from all that leaves you dissatisfied, decentered. Because when you come into your truth, you come into your center. 7 of Swords. Let's pull 2 more. Queen of Pentacles and 10 of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles. So what this is saying to me then is like, you're almost walking away with this 8 of Cups and the 7 of Swords. You're walking away from this mind fuckery, this trickery, this deception that happens at the level of the mind, that happens that pertains to how you perceive yourself, because the mind is an agent of and a vessel for perception, right? We create through the mind because we perceive through the mind. And this 7 of Swords energy speaks to betrayal, it speaks to deception, it speaks to trickery, it speaks to these tactics and these strategies that your ego employs upon you through the mind in order to, decenter you, destabilize you. But you're walking away from that. You're walking away from that because you realize that leaves you emotionally depleted. It leaves you dissatisfied. It leaves you dissented. It leaves you feeling like you are not one with your intuitive faculties. When you are deeply intuitive, you're all cognizant, you're all knowing, you're clear cognizant. You are all knowing. You are so attuned to your truth, and you've always known about yourself, but you are unable to access this intuitive aspect of yourself, these intuitive resources and faculties, because the mind was playing tricks on you. And it's not personal. That's exactly what the mind does. If we don't take accountability for our habits and our patterns and the way we perceive life, then the mind plays tricks on you. But it's not going to do that anymore. Why? Because now you are safe. You recognize that it's actually safe to embody all of who you are, not just the light, but the dark as well. You're fierce, you're unapologetic. If there is rage, you feel your rage. If there's something you don't particularly agree with, you express that. You have strong boundaries around what it is that you value. You protect yourself. You move with integrity towards yourself. You serve yourself before you serve other people. And that's what brings you into alignment. And that's what allows you to walk away, regardless of how emotionally invested you were in this pattern of forgetting who you are, this pattern of, allowing the ego to convince you otherwise, to convince you that you don't know what you know, that you aren't who you are, that there are some parts of you that don't deserve love, that don't deserve acknowledgement, that don't deserve the light of you. And now you're integrating with all these, with all that frequency of the number 2, with all that Venusian energy. You're harmonizing each and every aspect of yourself. You're calling your energy back home, and that makes you sovereign. Because there's no way the Queen of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles will show up. And I particularly love this. We're going to add the Empress here as well, because the Empress has big Queen of Pentacles energy. You're safe and you're rooted and you're anchored, and you use your truth to guide you forward. You have your boundaries. You move in integrity with who you are. And that's precisely what brings in wealth. The Empress is also a deep representation of wealth. It's a Venusian energy, and Venus rules wealth and abundance. There is no wealth and abundance while you're still living outside of yourself, while you're still living beside yourself, while you're still living unsettled within yourself. You will want and want and want and want, and not be able to connect to that desire, connect to that ability to manifest, connect to that ability to create, because the Empress is a creator, right? She's the Empress. It's not gender specific, it's just energy. We'll read what's on the card. The Empress, a creator. The Empress births the world. This is the card of the Mother Earth, Mother Gaia. It's nourishing, it's fertile. So how do you create when you don't know where you're going, when you don't know who you are? How do you create when you are fragmented, when some parts of yourself are embraced and some parts of yourself are not, when some parts of yourself are loved and accepted and acknowledged, when some parts of yourself are not? You don't move forward. But with this High Priestess energy, you move forward because you went down into the depths. You've done the shadow work. And I think a lot of the messages around this for the collective have been around you actually doing the shadow work and how that has liberated you. The High Priestess stands sovereign, as does the Empress, as does the Queen of Pentacles. This is sovereign divine feminine energy. It is sovereign divine feminine energy. The divine feminine, especially if you are a woman or if you are queer, non-binary, and you really hone into your divine femininity, it's not encouraged. We're always told to play small, to shrink, to not embody our power. That's what the world tells us we should do. But this is just nope, because the deepest fulfillment, alignment in itself, comes from being aligned with your power, knowing your power, using your power, not being afraid of your power. The Moon card speaks to fears. You went from a place where you were so scared of who you were, so scared of your power, so scared of that shadow aspect of yourself that you are running away. This can rule it. The Moon cards rules illusions and escapism as well. More often when we don't want to face the truth of who we are, when we don't want to say, actually, yeah, I can be wrathful, I can be rageful, I can be, I'm not a nice person sometimes. When we run away, we concede to these tactics of the mind, these tactics of the ego, perceiving ourselves to only be good. Do you know how much damage we do? How deleterious that is to ourselves and other people, the fact that we won't actually see how messed up we are, because we're all messed up to some degree. And the power lies in knowing that you're messed up and taking accountability and doing something about it and owning it. You can only own something if you allow yourself to shine the light of your consciousness on it. You can own that wounded and fragmented part of yourself if you shine your light on it. But for as long as you escape, for as long as you trick yourself and you allow your mind to trick you, as long as you're under the illusion that you're so good, so perfect, so faultless, nothing changes. Nothing changes. 1414 on the timer. These are new foundations that you're building here. New structures that you're building here. The structure of truth that sees you through and that allows you to magnetize what is yours truly and fully. With this Two of Cups, the Empress, the Ten of Pentacles, which is also rules which is the pinnacle of success. Success must come from truth. Anything that doesn't come from truth is contrived and manufactured and inauthentic and lacks integrity. And you've learned that now. haven't gone into the shadow, you know that now. You know that now. And now you move as the judge. Judgment is not just like, oh, judgment is, it's not like judging somebody. Judgment really speaks to your ability to discern. And now you can discern, particularly with this High Priestess card here. These are two very discerning cards. And you can judge accurately that which is for you and that which is not. Move accordingly. Oh my God, I love this reading. I love you, collective, and I hope you're doing a fantastic, I hope you're doing fantastically, rather, because the cards say you are, the energy say you are. The energy says, now you know, now you see the truth. Now you will not apologize. Now you are fierce. Now you are ferocious. Now you will come for whoever comes for you. And now you will refrain from engaging in what is not for you. And this is something that you have been waiting for a long time. It's something that your higher self has been waiting for a long time. Your inner child has been longing for this protection, longing for these boundaries. Screw being an empath, where you give yourself over to other people, where you allow your energy to leak with no boundaries, overexerting, overextending, no. From empath to creator. That's what's happening here. 1616 on the timer, all is aligned. Happy Venus. It's not Venus Day, it's still Monday, but you know what? The divine feminine energy is here. So you know what? It's Venus. Claim that energy for yourself. I'm going to see you next time. Remember to put those boundaries up. Remember to see yourself in your entirety and embrace yourself in your entirety. There is nothing about you that is unlovable, that is unworthy. But you need to remember that, and you need to gather yourself together, and you need to make yourself whole. You are not just good. You are good and bad, and it is good to be bad if you take accountability for that and own up to that and shine your light on the light of your consciousness onto that part, which is so-called bad. Nothing is good and bad, baby. We're just here to embody the truth of who we are, to embody the fullness of who we are. And whoever likes that will be aligned with us. Whatever is about that will be aligned with us. And if that's not our business, that's not our business. We keep it going. So I love you loads, and stay tuned for the next video. Mwah.